Tuned in to www.oghuskyradio.com. Broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles worldwide. Live interviews every Thursday night. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Who we got up in the spot?
I'm CRG. I'm from CRG1. I'm a graffiti writer. I'm from a crew called UAO. Stands for Up and Out, Up All Over. And personal favorite, Unite Against Oppression.
United Against Oppression. But we're here talking about something a little bit different, or something along the same lines, man. What are you working on right now, man?
Right now, something aside from graffiti that I'm working on is a little DIY magazine. It embraces obviously the hip hop culture, and we're just trying to preserve the culture just like everybody else, except in our own particular way. It's done in a DIY fashion, sort of like the punk and post-punk era, the 70s and early 80s.
Gummy Gamps is the name of the magazine, right?
Right.
What is a gummy gamp?
It's basically the guy who started the magazine with me, Niz, aka Voodoo Spasm. He has a whole backstory on that, but it's basically, grandfather, which is the Gamps, the Gramps, and Gummy, basically a story of an older guy teaching us the ropes,
And this is the first issue, Hip Hop from the Oven. This is the first issue for January. You unveiled it at the Latin Nights at the M Bar. In true hip hop fashion, you had to do it at a hip hop spot, right?
Right. Mainly because one of the guys doing the interviews, who we interviewed was TREWUNO. He's an MC from out in the 818 out in the valley.
Definitely making noise. Definitely involved in hip hop at this current time.
Yeah, I kind of bumped into him at a show with the Beatnuts, and he was opening up for Psycho Realm, I guess, and at the Whiskey A Go-Go, and we sort of re-exchanged info again and kind of linked up, and
And there's an interview with him in the first issue, right?
Right.
Who else is interviewed in here?
There's also a photographer and artist, a friend of mine, 236ism. I was always a fan of his artwork in terms of photography and things like that. So, I kind of pursued him for a while, and then we eventually hooked up and, did the interview.
Why print now, though, bro? Like in this era of Instagram.
Well,
Instagram at Voodoo Spasm, at Gummygamps, at art.kit.tech.
Well, it was a pretty easy decision for me because, obviously people are looking for a quick fix. They're not really, if they're not seeing any of the graffiti or other happenings throughout the city, like b-boying or any of the photographs that like 236ism is taking. I figured we could just throw it back a little bit and bring back print, which is all but dead now, but we kind of wanted to bring some nostalgia to
for those that know, back in the day, you traded flicks or you had something tangible that kind of is lost.
Yeah, there was always something there, something people can actually physically touch and trade. It was always more physical and hands-on. But now with the internet and things like that, people are able to connect more, and you don't have to lurk the streets to find places to paint and things like that, because everything is so at arm's reach, and
Gummy Gamps, Hip Hop from the Oven. You're tuned in to OGHuskyRadio.com. Where can they purchase this magazine at?
For the time being, before I even put up a website, which will probably be around the same time we release the second issue of Gummy Gamps, for the time being, they could just reach either myself, the architect, art.kit.tech on the Instagram, or Voodoo Spasm. Just drop a DM. We're not assholes. We're not jerks. We're just trying to unify and bring people together and
we were chopping it up yesterday, and I got into good conversation with you. With the website coming, you will have forums and stuff of that nature. But right now, you do these top 5 in the magazine,
right?
And for now, you guys could go on the Instagram, follow Gummy Gamps, and those top 5s, you can start the conversation.
Yeah, I don't mind being bombarded with DMs or emails and things like that. I love it. I like receiving other people's feedback. That was the whole basis of this first one.
What's some of the feedback you got so far then?
Some of the feedback was I'll admit to making a mistake. I actually wanted to put more of more literature, more things for people to look at, but we decided to kind of cut back on that and sort of give it a test run and ask questions on the spot as I sold the magazine or whatever at different spots, and ask people, they, for the most part, they liked it, but I think they want to see more content, more pictures.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to make it a little more interactive and have people contribute.
That's one of the things we're talking about. You are looking for people to contribute,
right?
And, what are you looking for mainly, or what would be like someone sitting there
anything from pictures of b-boys dancing and graffiti flicks. If you want to take submit graffiti flicks and anything that's just pertinent to hip hop and that they feel is important, and we'll try to pick out the thing that the images and things like that we feel are
How about MCs as far as like the music side of it? What's the best way to submit, or what would be the best way to get that to you guys?
We're trying to keep it simple. If you want to send anything, like I said, via DM, I'll shoot you my email. You can send me stuff, on my email. Just for the time being until we have the website up. If my partner doesn't do it, I'll be taking care of it. We can alternate.
Because you're telling me yesterday too that you're eventually, or maybe as soon as the next issue, you're looking to even put out an audio CD with it, right?
Maybe yeah. Just there's a lot of different ideas floating around. The purpose for me anyhow is to try to make this first go at it. We're trying to make the next one better than the last, and so on.
At Gummy Gamps, GUMMYGAMPS, looking to contribute and do that. But you have these top 5s, man, and part of the top 5, you're kind of like going at each other. So the one that I kind of want your opinion on is Cannabis or AC Alone.
Oh man, that's No,
you. For the topic of conversation.
I'm from LA, and
smart man.
My homie Skur, who's been on your show before DJing. Yeah. He's a little older than me, but in the early '90s, he used to take me to the Good Life, and I was blown away by guys like 2Mex and AC Alone, E×2, crews like that.
Yeah.
And I guess I've probably seen AC Alone more, so I can appreciate his stuff more. So I kind of like him more.
With that, and with the magazine, Gummy Gamps magazine.
It's not to say that Cannabis is whack. He's super dope too.
Gummy Gamps Hip Hop from the Oven magazine. You are looking for people looking to contribute for the West Coast preference, though, too, right? You are
right. If it can be just anything relevant and pertinent to hip hop, and I'll be honest, I'm gonna subtract delete shit that's if it's Nelly coming in or something like that in your top 5, I probably won't even put that on, because I think we all know what side of the fence we're on this.
Now here's one of the things that we talked about off the air, and I was talking about sponsorships. And you said you only want hip hop sponsorship, hip hop related. You're not looking like
right. Everybody, even me, I listen to a lot of different music and things like that, but I don't want to move away from what I consider to be sort of a foundation for me, and the thing that introduced me to all these other different types of genres, because hip hop itself, to took from a lot of other things too.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about Planet Rock the other day. You know, Africa Bambaataa and how they sampled Kraftwerk, and which is a German electronic group. You know, from the
That's saying it nicely. That's not what you said off the air.
no, right. But you know.
But definitely anyone looking to contribute at Gummy Gamps on the Instagram.
Yeah, any advertisements for you know, everything will be taken into consideration. I'm not gonna ignore anything, you know. We're not gonna, you know, everything will get a look at and, you know, get its fair shake, you know. Obviously we can't fit everything that's, you know, being forwarded, you know.
You as an artist, CRG, is graph political?
You know what? It is for some people, you know. For some people,
How about for you?
For me, I have kind of. I like to think I have two sides of graffiti. You know, one side is the political side, I guess. You know, or anti-political side is what I like to call it most of the time. You know, you know, if it's catching a tag on a, you know, fucking big bank and saying, you know, banks are corrupted or whatever the message
give
may
us
be.
our money back or something.
Yeah, you know, whatever. You know, I guess in a way it's political. You know, I've been known to drop you know, an anarchist sign just as much as a CS Gonzalo sign.
Yeah.
You know, to commemorate, you know, the cholos of the yesteryear and things like that. But
So is this magazine, Gummy Gamps? Is this magazine political?
No, we were having that discussion yesterday, and that's the thing that we're trying to do. That's one of the purposes of the magazine is we're trying to more or less unify people and bring them together. We don't want to alienate anyone, you know, by, you know, telling them that, you know, oh, maybe CRG's a Republican, you know, fucker supports Donald Trump. We don't want to buy that shit.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever,
but he
you know?
does, and not kidding.
No. Yeah. And I want all Mexicans out.
Yeah, there you go. The next issue, though, you're already working on it, man. What's one of the things you wanted to tackle in the next issue?
For the next one, I have some things in mind that I'm still playing around with, but I know it'll definitely, like I said before, it's I'm definitely going to try to outdo the previous issue with that. You know, I have you know, been talking to Prime and also Drew from OTR. You know, Prime from K2S.
Yeah.
I've got some other guys in mind, you know, and there'll be more stuff in there, definitely. You know,
it's a trip.
The feedback I've been receiving is like, yo,
people actually want to
cool,
read.
But I want, which is
crazy.
A surprise to me, you know, considering the statistics and the, you know, the rate that people read.
Yeah. How much is the magazine? Where can they cop it at?
You know, I always say it's a $5 donation. You can always negotiate with me if you want to give me a beer, some bud. That's fine too.
Yeah,
you know,
the barter system.
Maybe maybe a vegan sandwich. I don't give a shit.
OGHuskyRadio.com, Instagram at Gummygamps. Give them yours. Yours is art.kit.tech.
Yeah, art.kit.tech.
And also at Voodoo Spasm, voodoospasm.com also.
Right.
I want to thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Are you still considering doing the NWA movie for the next issue, man?
Yeah, actually, it's been a fucking chip on my shoulder. I really.
What's the chip?
I don't know. I just think that you know, obviously when people are contributing to a movie, people whose film was actually based upon, you have those actual characters, you know, contributing to. There's obviously going to be some bias there, you know. And I don't want to diss anybody because I love NWA.
No diss, but who got left out?
You know, there was an MC back in the day who was CPO. You know, he had a song. I think it was called "I'm a Menace. I'm a Straight Up Menace." You know, Menace to Society. I thought that was a dope fucking hit. You know, maybe they could have threw him in there. And you know, one of the first white rappers that I saw aside from Blondie, and she was a female, you know, was Terry B. Maybe they could have included her. I don't know, you know. But And there's other stuff
Just
in there.
some mentions or what?
Yeah, maybe some honorable mentions would have been nice. Maybe 5 seconds of a sneeze or something.
But I mean, D. Barnes getting knocked down the stairs didn't get mentioned either, though.
No.
But you want that mention? You're gonna fuck up the whole movie, man. Like,
no, I don't want to.
But
maybe I'll bring it up. I don't know.
All right, man. Looking for contributors for this magazine.
Anybody want to contribute anything? Just forward it to that IG address before. I have a website soon enough.
Word up. OG Husky Radio. Stay posted. More interviews to come.